Top 5 time, and since Drama Queens podcast, the rewatch podcast of One Tree Hill with all the stars, has officially ended, I thought we'd do top 5 One Tree Hill episodes. Now, I ain't even scared to admit, man, I love me some One Tree Hill. I'm a Wilmington, North Carolina native. It was shot there. Come on. This teen drama debuted September 23rd, 2003 on the WB. Two half-brothers that love basketball, that live in the same town, the fictional North Carolina town. I got to meet Chad Michael Murray when I was a vet tech. He brought his little husky in to travel to LA, and he says rad a lot. Just thought you should know that. He was shot in my old hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina. I think Karen's house is still there. They turned old Karen's Cafe into like a outdoor store or something like that. The comedy club used to be right across the street. The only thing better than the teeny bopper storylines was the strive for basketball excellence woven throughout 9 seasons. They got 9 seasons. And I watched every one of them. Armed with a banger of a theme song by Gavin DeGraw and an all-star cast that used this beach town show to propel fantastic careers. I just love this show. I've watched it through and through too many times. So without further ado, let's get into the countdown. Honorable mention, 4 years, 6 months, 2 days. The season 5 premiere did the big time jump where they went from high school to what they're doing in their adult lives after college. And it got them closer to their real ages. You know, they're not having to be 20-something playing high school kids. Haley and Nathan are parents. Nathan's still trying to pursue his NBA dream. Well, it's been pursued for him, I guess you could say. He's in a pretty bad place. But we get to meet Jamie for the first time. Turns into a great cast member of the later seasons. And then it's right back to the same Lucas and Peyton drama that we all loved. You know, they're a little bit older. I appreciate them skipping college instead of doing some weird One Tree Hill, the college years. Number 5, Lifetime Piling Up. Season 2, episode 20. It's when Nathan's Uncle Cooper comes into town. They go a-racing, try to get his mind off of Haley, and he ends up wrecking. You know, he even admits later on he don't know if he did it on purpose or not. He just was thinking about things and boom, in a coma. While he's in the coma, though, we get alternate reality where Nathan is Lucas and Lucas is Nathan. So like Dan picked Lucas's mom instead of Nathan. It's got a pompous Lucas and a humble Nathan who kind of, after you watch the show, wishes how it would have been in the first place. But, you know, you really, truly like Nathan's character development. You may not like him later on in the season if you don't see what he came from. This time you get Nathan winning the showdown at the River Court and Peyton dumping Lucas. It's a whole bizarro world thing, but it's number 5 on the countdown because I love the coulda, shoulda, woulda. At number 4, it's You Call It Madness, but I Call It Love. Season 4, episode 16. It's prom night. Nathan's doing his best to make Haley forget she's pregnant and got a bum leg. Is this really the transformation, Nathan, we all wanted in the first couple of seasons, and we're getting it. They're trying to be normal kids again when they've had nothing but an adult life so far. This is when Brooke and Peyton are fighting, so Peyton's not going to go to prom at all, but then she decides to go, but Derek, or fake Derek, that we come to find out later, has other plans. He kidnaps her. Brooke comes to save the day. He, you know, kidnaps her too. But together they fight him off, and the cops are called, and they end up going to prom, all bloodied up and beat up. You know, got some real street cred from the rest of the kids, I guess. Also, the fun storyline throughout that whole season is Lucas finds out who was in the hall and saw his Uncle Keith get shot. So Lucas finds out who that is on this episode. Nice little layer there. Number 3 is Every Night is Another Story. Season 1, episode 6. We're early. We're super early. Lucas and Nathan aren't even getting along. They hate each other. In fact, most of this episode revolves around Whitey kicking them off the bus because they're arguing so much. They get kicked off the bus in Pinkerton, their rival, and some local idiots pick them up and cause them to do some crime. Just cause them to go criming. In the meantime, Peyton and Haley are stuck with a drugged up Brooke. She swindled a little college kid or something into giving her a pain pill, and it knocked her out. So now she's someone else's problem. This is also the first time Brooke called Haley Tutor Girl, and we all know how long that stuck. Oh yeah, and Haley's a cheerleader, if you didn't pick up on that. You know, Tutor Girl cheerleader. Number 2, with tired eyes, tired minds, tired souls, we slept. Season 3, episode 16. This, unfortunately, is the school shooter episode. But instead of focusing on the shooters and the terribleness that comes with what has grown in our society to be a pretty common occurrence, they really focused on the kids uniting and coming together and really just, getting through this. Choosing to show the courage of the kids was just fantastic by the writers on this, and the actors delivered a very somber episode, and really reflected what, we were going through. Tragically lost some key characters that day, Uncle Keith and Jimmy, who was in the first couple of episodes. He was at the river court, so they did a good job of intertwining that. And poor Uncle Keith, poor Jimmy, but it did progress Dan's villain story, so there's that. Number 1 on our countdown, I'm realizing how sad this show was, because number 1 is Get Cape, Wear Cape, Fly. Season 6, episode 3. It's Quentin's funeral, unfortunately. I know I went from a school shooting to a funeral, and I apologize wholeheartedly. I don't know if a single TV episode has ever made me cry as much as this one did. You just started to love Quentin. He was that character that was tough to digest at first. And then he builds a great bond with Jamie. And, you really see a young Nathan in him, not really listening to anybody, but's got talent through the roof. So, of course, Nathan's drawn to him and tries to teach him to be a better person, which they were succeeding at. Lucas got suspended for him. Lucas going through his own thing. So, all right, that wasn't on him. That was all Lucas. And it was just a terrible time in his character development for Quentin to get taken out, ironically, by the person that attacked Brooke, who Brooke is also going through some things. So that scene where Brooke is standing there with Jamie with the cape over the casket, I'm about to start tearing up talking about it, all right? And this is also when Nathan finds out about Nanny Deb and Skills. Nice little comic relief to a very serious episode. That's what I loved about One Tree Hill, is there was always some ridiculousness going on that when you felt too deep, you could be like, yeah, that's right, he's having sex with Nathan's mom. So that is my top 5 One Tree Hill episodes. There are so many. It's 9 seasons, so please, I'm sure we all got a different top 5. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite episodes were. Let's talk it out. Let's have a good old-fashioned discussion here, okay? As if we're capable of having a discussion these days.